Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash, that belongs to the Apostle Knows Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to Yah, and pushing His truth throughout the four winds. All right, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I pray it's edifying to the elect. As you can see, the video is entitled, Our Nation Has Always Been Rebellious. You know, just dealing with, quote unquote, our people, man. It gets vexing. You know, it gets to the point to where it's just like the only thing for the wickedness of our people is death. They just need the basically the reset button has to be pushed on these dudes, bruh. The reset button just has to be pushed. You know, everything with our nation is just out of order. Our women, out of order. Men, for the most part, out of order. You know, it's just disgusting, bruh. I mean, it truly is disgusting. Our people are just disgusting, bruh. And you just walk around on a day-to-day and just look at them, man. You know, and it's just like, man, what the hell? You know? But I'm going to go into the book of Ezra, you know, chapter 9. It says, Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, The people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands. Same thing we see today. Okay? We're tied to these heathens. But our people like to tie themselves to where they want to give them salvation. They want to be equal, you know. No matter how bad these nations have done our people, and they'll stab you in the back just as soon as they get the first chance to. And our people still want to tie themselves to them, you know. But this stuff been happening. It says, doing according to the abominations. So everything they do, that's abominations. You know what I'm saying? They're following after their gods. All right? It says, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. So all these nations, our people just love to follow after. And you can just replace those names with some of these American names you see today. But they still don't want to return to their true power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know? Just look at our women. Edom gave them a little bit of freedom, what they think is freedom. And they can run around and do whatever the hell they want. And don't think it's going to be no consequences for what they're doing. You know? Like, man, you gotta be kidding me. Especially women that's in the know. Okay? You gotta be kidding me, man. Do you, like, your man that's in this truth is possibly, that's your salvation out of here if that man is doing what he's supposed to be doing. Okay? And the Lord finds mercy on him. That's your way out of here. Okay? But Esau give the illusion of freedom, and just look at our women running rampant, you know, just running rampant. What are you going to do when this man pulls that rug of illusion from up under your feet? You guessed it. But then, well, we know how that story goes. This is Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. All these people that's tied to Esau and these other nations, when they're found, they're going to be thrust through. That's death. And everyone that is joined into them shall fall by the sword. So you're basically going to be put to death. And it's not going to be nothing simple. It's going to be nothing simple. That death is going to be very, very grievous. It's going to be very, very agonizing. It's going to last a long time. Okay? The Lord is going to have some people starve to death. It's going to be torture. Okay? It's going to be torture. But it's well deserved. Because all these tabs that's built up on our people from the very beginning, the ultimate judgment comes at the very end. Proverbs 11:21. Though hand joineth hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Now, hand join hands, that ties you to these people. All these people you think gave you, or you have the illusion of freedom, you're tied to them. But our people has always done this. They've always tied themselves to the other nations, and that always got us fucked up, put in situations to where we came out on the bottom end of the stick every single time. Nothing changes this captivity. It's the same thing. But you can't tell our people nothing, bro. And I don't want to just make it one-sided, but our women outnumber us. Okay? So the thing is, they're going to get it worse. They are going to get it worse. The number one person right alongside Esau that's going to be put to death, and it's going to be nasty, is the black woman. Okay? Our women are going to be put down, bro, like rabid dogs. They're going to be put down, and it's going to be ugly, but it's going to be deserved. Well deserved. Because it's nothing more just distasteful as our women, bro. It's like, man, if you know better, you do better. It's so many things that's just off about our women, bro. And I didn't mean to make this video about our women, but when you look at our nation, the number one thing, or the number one gripe you have, it's with the women. Okay? It's with the women. I mean, just all out of order. And it's sad, bro. It truly is sad. And I was talking to one of the brothers in camp today, man, and I was like, it's just this thing I would do. I would go through Walmart, and I would basically say, or anywhere I would go, like when I see a so-called Negro woman, I'm going to see one of three things. She's going to be obese. Her head is going to be full of loud color weaves, or just long lace front wigs or something of that nature, or she's going to have a number of kids. And it never fails, bro. It's like, whatever happened to taking care of yourself? You know? But back to this, and look at this. Lo and behold, that's the spirit. It says, it says, for they have taken of their daughters for themselves. Our men didn't want to deal with them back then, bro. Wow, man, that's crazy. It says, and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and the rulers hath been chief in this trespass. So everybody's doing what they want to do. Everybody's just doing what they wanted to do. And this was a violation because this went against our customs and our laws. And that law is right here in Deuteronomy 7. It says, this is Deuteronomy 7:3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Okay? Because that brings forth confusion. All right? That's confusion. Okay? This is the law. All right? Because a lot of the times, if you see that, and this law, even if you look at it today, you'll see if, we'll just take an example. Look at Tiger Woods. Okay? His dad, Negro. Mom was Thai, maybe. I think she was Thai or Filipino or something like that. I think it's Thai. But what did he wind up doing? Because that so-called Negro man made that his wife. Now she believes in possibly Buddha or something of that nature, and voila, that's him. And that took him away from what he knew, what he was supposed to be, Israel. Okay, so if you told him he was an Israelite and tried to teach him his ways, all those customs of the Buddha thing is already embedded in him. Okay, and that's why. Look at King Solomon. You know, that's the reason he fell. Strange women with their gods. But our people have always been on some follow the other nations. Verse 3. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard and sat down astounded. So he's basically in a state of mourning and weeping and just anger because our people constantly do dumb shit. But it's nothing new under the sun. Our people have been doing these dumb things. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, you didn't learn the last time? You didn't learn the last time not to do this? Nope. Our people are hard boneheads, and it's just, this is just the way that our people has always maneuvered, bro. Jake just got to be doing something, you know? Verse precept, Ezekiel 9:4. And Yahweh Bashem Yahshua said unto him, go throughout the midst of the city, throughout the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sign, cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Same thing as right now. Same reason this video is being made. The abominations done in the midst thereof. It's sign and crying going on. It's like, man, if you could just see every brother that's living and walking this walk the way he's supposed to, it's a constant vexation of spirit, bro. It's like, man, we got to get the hell out of this place. Like, it should constantly grieve you to be here, to see all this wickedness, bro. You turn the television on, you watch a little television or whatever, and it's just constant. A commercial about some shit, just like, what, man, what is this? You looking like, man, what the hell is going on in this place? You know, it's constantly vexing. And then at the head of it, you have our people busting the doors of wickedness open. Esau, for the most part, don't use Edomites to do the things. It's always Jake. Always Jake, bruh. Like, man, our people just don't get it. So that's why they need to be put down. That's what's going to happen. When Yahweh Bashem Yahshua comes with this judgment, bro, it's going to be wonderful. That's why it says it's going to be laughter. Oh, now you want to try to be right. When the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua have been prophesying these things and been doing and telling these things for years, now you want to try to get right. Nope, too late. Continue in the way that you've been maneuvering and walking in. Okay? Keep that same energy, like they say. Verse 4, it says, Then were assembled unto me every one that trembled at the words of the Most High of Israel, because of the transgression of those that had been carried away. And I sat astunned until the evening sacrifice. So, in like manner, you're going to have some people or some Israelites that look at this situation and it's like, man, this shit. You look at your own people like, man, this is off, bruh. There's gonna be people like that, and that's constantly looking like, man, this is just off. All you got to do is just sit back and look. You don't even have to be in the truth. All you can do is just sit back and look and be like, man, this makes no sense. Just take a look at our nation. But they've always been this way. This is Proverbs 9 and 10. It says, the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahshua is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. And you have people of our nation that they see that wisdom and that knowledge, and they have understanding. And you'll hear them, and it's like, bro, you realize who we are? Do you realize and understand who we truly are when it comes to that Bible? Okay? You have people like that. Okay? You have people of understanding, and they'll look and say, man, and try to teach our people better. But the thing is, these hard-headed Negroes, you just got to let them be. For the most part, you got to let them be. Dust off your feet and keep it pushing. You just got to let them be, bro, because it's a lot of ignorance. It's a lot of ignorance, bro. Tying themselves to other gods. But guess what? That's what our people have always done. All right. Verse 5, it says, and at the evening sacrifice I rose up from my heaviness, and having rent my garment and my mantle, I fell upon my knees and spread out my hands unto Yahweh Shem Yahshua, my power, and said, O my power, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to thee, my power, for our iniquities are increased over our head, and our trespass is grown into the heaven. Now, this is a thing that's going to happen with Edom. It says, thy sins has reached the heavens, because you look at the last three captivities, been the Grecians, that's so-called Edomites, Roman so-called Edomites, and what we have right now, Edomites. Okay? So their sins have basically just kept rolling over. And them sins that kept rolling over, guess what happens? Now the tab is due. But when you tie our people to this last one, guess what happens? Our people are tied to them. That's why hand joineth hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So our people are going to be judged right alongside of Esau. And it's not going to be good. Okay? It's not going to be good. Okay? 7, since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day, right now. That's why we're reading it. Because we're still in captivity and our people are still doing the same dumb shit. And for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands. Right now. Right now. To the sword, to captivity. Right now. We're still doing the same dumb shit we did prior to this. Every captivity, every reincarnation, our people came back doing the same ignorant shit, bro. It's like, wow. It says, and to the spoil and to confusion of face as it is this day. Confusion of face, because we mingled among the other nations And you'll have Jake lay down with Moab, Ammon, Edom, and the child comes out and you just can't tell. That's what confusion of faces comes in. Okay? But our people have been doing that every captivity, bro. Our people have been wicked. We've been rebellious. You know what I'm saying? The Lord had a small remnant that was going to get it. But our people, for the most part, are just rebellious, bro. Reset button has to be pressed on them. Okay? 8. And now for a little space, grace hath been shewed from Yahweh Shem Yahshua power to leave us a remnant to escape. Now, these are the men that's bringing these scriptures out and truth. And that small remnant is going to basically, when we get to the kingdom, Lord willing, I be of that number. And that's how all these wicked spirits are going to be brought back, but they're going to be born into righteousness in the kingdom. Okay? And that's how it says to leave us a remnant to escape. That's why it says us. That remnant carries everybody. It says, I think the saying is, it was a doctor that said 30 men can populate the entire planet. 30 men can impregnate each and every woman that's on this planet. 30 men. Okay? So, of our nation, we have to repopulate our nation. Okay? Because they're going to live through us. Lord will not be of their number. Okay? It says, and to give us a nail in his holy place. That our power may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage. Yahweh Shai died. Okay? He died. He was nailed to the cross. When he died and was nailed to the cross, the sins of those men, that remnant, those sins were nailed to that cross. Okay, forgiveness came from that through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, so now repentance comes, and guess what happens? These men, that small number, these are the elect. No man can pluck them out of Yahweh Shem Yahushua's hand because they were set up from the very beginning. Okay, and that reviving and bondage is what we're doing right now. The apostles and elders on down, they're reviving that's to bring back to life. Okay, it says that our power may lighten our eyes. That's Yahweh Shai when the apostles and elders were awake, and then that reviving, that life got put back in the earth, and those men that were going to basically bring forth that nation when we get into the kingdom, that small number will be brought back to life. Their eyes will be opened. Okay? They will be spiritually awake. And after that happened, voila, the kingdom comes. Okay, and everything is reset. But before we get to the kingdom, these same wicked people, our people, are going to die horrible deaths. It's going to be horrible. And these next 4 months, it's going to be major things happening, bro. It's going to be major things happening. They have things they're showing, evictions, millions evicted. The chip with vaccines forced. Now they got the Stafford Act. They got the other act where they could just come into your house. They could track your cell phones. Everything is setting up beautifully. Okay? For we were bondmen, yet our power hath not forsaken us in our bondage, but hath extended mercy unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our power, and to repair the desolations thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. Our nation has always been wicked. They've always been rebellious. And the time of payback is upon us. And you're going to have all our people trying to turn right all of a sudden and get it together when it's too late. Now you really got to pay for it because you had an opportunity, but you still wanted to be following the other nations and being rebellious. Okay, I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshai by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to Yakim throughout the four winds, pushing his truth and sincerity. Till next time, Shalom.